See, when you have children, like, the dating situation changes. It's not just, oh, I like this girl looks good. Like, you got to be able to look beyond that.
To me, it's half-half. We both created this child. Now that we're separate, you're living, going out and doing whatever, you're partying and spending money on trash while I am investing everything in our kids that we both created. No. So I'm very like, it's 50-50.
So whoa. You're not going to tell me I just had a tummy tuck, a BBL, a mummy mug, and you're going to be like, this is the topic right now.
He says he will date baby mothers, but he won't take them seriously.
Yeah. I will not involve my children in my next partner till like I know him in and out.
As a parent, it's easy to date someone else that's already got children because there is a joint understanding of what you're dealing with as a parent.
Today we probably have Chyna's most juiciest, most favorite topic ever.
Why would that be?
I don't know. I don't even want to say the word because every time he says he's got 5 press-ups.
Okay, so guys, today's topic we're going to be speaking on when is single parenthood the right choice? Okay, and I'm joined by 2 guests on the right-hand side of me and the left-hand side of me. So, lovely lady on the right, can you please introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name is Raquel.
Raquel, can you just tell us one thing about you, please?
I own my own business. I live in London. I'm a mother of 5.
Okay. Cool. All right, we're going to get straight into that. And on the left-hand side of me?
Right, it's your boy Vic Santoro, voice of the village, you know the rest.
Okay, and Vic, tell us one thing about yourself.
I have my own businesses and I'm a father of 3.
Okay.
Wow. Before we continue, genders, 5 boys, girls.
Boys and girls.
How many girls?
2. 3.
3 girls, 2 boys. What about you?
2 girls, 1 boy.
When's the boy the firstborn or the last or the middle?
Middle.
Okay, so...
Cool. This is important.
Okay, so we're going to get straight into it. Dinalva, Dinalva, do you have any kids?
I do not.
Okay, cool. And I don't have...
Yet.
So Dinalva hasn't got any kids. I don't have any kids. Raquel has 5. Vic has 3. So I just want to ask you both, are you both currently with the people that you had children with?
No.
Okay. So before we get into the juicy to know what one with these situations, we're going to put some context by watching a little video that will tell you how a lot of people feel about parenthood.
It's not actually possible to be a single mother. The single family household is not a design that works.
How did that unfold for you, growing Teal Swan, the community, the global community, while at the same time being a mother?
The reality is it's been one of the most painful aspects of my whole life. The best decision that I ever made was to get very serious about my son's needs and figure out how to provide those needs while at the same time pursuing this purpose of mine. I know that this is what I'm meant to be doing, but that doesn't mean that I get to neglect my son's needs. So it became very obvious to me that he needed multiple attachment figures. Now, I'm going to say that all children do. Children are supposed to be growing up in tribe.
How many people?
My son has grown up with anywhere between, 6, 7, 8 parental figures. And
Perfect. Okay, so Chyna, I'm going to pass it over to you since... How do you feel about what was said? Are you okay? He's not okay. I knew this was going to be a very difficult episode for Chyna. I knew. Let's take a moment. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay. Thank you.
I want to know where this trauma comes from. Go on. Yeah. Cool.
This is funny.
Go on then. So.
I see what you did there. So, guys, listen. When you take the father out of the home, you place your child at every statistical disadvantage. Okay. When the father is taken out of the home, your child is more likely to end up pregnant, more likely to go to jail, more likely to suffer suicidal thoughts. When you take the father out of the home or place a child in a one-parent home, you have one income. So now your child is suffering. Where other children, they have the 2-parent income. You only have one parent that is able to be there. Mm-hmm. So in turn, your child will never benefit like a 2-parent home. So a lot of the times, when people speak about single parents and the whole single parenthood, they don't understand that the stats pretty much back up what people say, but we understand that people are not stats and individuals don't always add up to that. Mm-hmm. But essentially is single parent, it isn't good for males or females.
Yeah. So obviously we've got the 2 parents here that have made it happen. I'm going to start here. Vic, how do you feel about what Chyna just said about obviously the disadvantages and the risks of, single parenthood on their children?
I think there is a huge disadvantage. Also, equally, I don't think you go into sort of like wanting to have kids, understanding that it's going to be a single parent. I think there's always a hope and an idea that there is going to be a togetherness, and you're both going to be able to come together to sort of raise the child. However, things happen. So I do think also there are advantages when you get to the point where it has to become a single parent home. I don't think it's just all negative. And I think you just have to adapt along the way. It's very different for different people, but I don't believe that this idea of, because there are situations where, people stay together, for the sake of the child. I don't believe in that concept at all. Okay. At all. I think that could be more detrimental to the child. And in that instance, the father may need to be removed from the home in order to allow the child to be nurtured and, be raised in the right way. So, yeah, it varies.
Okay, that's a very fair point. I like that. It varies. It's not just for everybody, but there are disadvantages. I'm glad that you understand. I've got a few questions for you on that, actually. What about you, Raquel? How do you feel about Chyna, who likes to trigger everybody? What do you think about what he said? Did he trigger you at all?
No, I agree with what Chyna was saying, but then again, there's cases and cases. It can be very mentally impacting the children in the environment of the house. If the parents don't get along and it's everyday arguments, everyday shouting, everyday cursing at each other, saying things they're not supposed to, and the children are listening to it, or even sometimes they'll say, oh, but the kids were in the room, we try not to argue in front of them. It's the whole environment. They can hear stuff. Children are very intelligent, so it gets very detrimental to them. And then they will learn from what they see with their parents, how they have to be with the next woman or with the next man, and it's not right.
So you say be with the next woman, be with the next man, so are you currently dating at the moment?
No. So I'm talking about the children.
No, I'm saying, you're single, okay?
Yeah.
So that means you're looking for...
Are you looking?
No, well, that's what I'm about to ask. No, it's not looking, but are you looking to get remarried? Are you looking for a future partner? Or are you
I believe that I can have a future relationship that will be in a serious note, and it will be the relationship that I would intend to stay with.
What is that? What did you just say to him? I don't understand what you just said.
She says that she eventually
I asked you a simple question and
eventually she will be.
So is that
she'll
yes,
be in a relationship that she's
yes
settled
or
down
no?
forever. She's not looking, but she will be eventually.
Guys,
are you looking for a relationship, or are you taking a break?
No, I'm in a stage now
make it
that I have
easy.
a lot going on in terms of business and my family. So if it happens, it happens.
But you've already got your children, so you don't really necessarily need a man.
See, guys,
really,
this is what men don't like. We ask a very simple question.
She's not looking, she says.
That would have sufficed. But
Yeah,
I had to hear all of this, and in the end of it, it still sounds
Look at
like...
the pot calling the kettle black, like you don't cook.
No, you're missing what I'm trying to say to you. I asked a very simple question. Are you dating? Yes or no? Okay, cool.
No.
But then you're not dating now, but are you looking for a future husband, a long-term life partner?
Yes, she is.
Okay, so
Yes.
you are. Because dating doesn't mean you're physically out there linking people. It means that you're open to be receptive, that someone steps towards you, you're willing to, depending on how they step to.
Oh,
Yeah,
seen.
definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
with
yeah,
that
what
being
you
said...
I hear you.
Like
Okay.
I'm dating, even though I'm not going on dates.
Okay, yes, okay. So with that being said, as a single mother with 5 children, should single parents only date single parents?
No.
Why do you feel that?
Because
I mean, I can tell why. You got 5 kids, but
No,
I mean,
for you.
no, it depends. So if I'm not speaking for myself though, but if someone still wants to have any more children and they have like 1 child or 2, then they should have the opportunity to date people that are parents or they're not parents.
they should have. They should. What does that should?
They
Should anybody have anything? Is it a right to have another person?
What do you mean?
Because you said they should. If they've got 1 or 2 children,
No, they should have the.
They should, but
They should be able to
why?
date people
Why
without kids.
why should they?
Because you're free to date who you want.
No,
innit?
no. You are free, but why should they be able? The fact that they've already had 1 or 2 children by one person, what makes them think they have access to somebody that hasn't had a child? Why?
Maybe infertility.
But
No,
that-
no.
No,
Why?
but that, it depends how you meet the person. So if I've fallen in love with the man and he doesn't have any kids, why shouldn't I continue the relationship?
No, but I'm saying, I hear that, but you said should. My thing is this. I think a lot of people with relationships, when they have them, they've been sold a dream that when you step outside here, that everything's gonna be easy for you. But a lot of the times that, single men don't have to pick them. That's just my thing. But Vic, I want you to I was cooking over there.
No,
but
but single people.
Yeah, because
It makes some sense. Do
do you agree? Do you agree with her? Like, should
It's
single
not that
people only
deep at
date
the
single
same
people?
time. Is it really
People
that
with kids
deep?
shouldn't date people with kids.
Is it that deep? Because that means that your pool is like you can only date maybe. I'm not gonna say the rest, but you can only date single women, single parents that are women, single mothers. That's the one. Damn.
Okay, I think it's an understanding issue. So, for example, like on one hand, is like as a parent, it's easy to date someone else that's already got children because there is a joint understanding of what you're dealing with as a parent.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas if you date someone that's got no children, it could be a situation where they don't understand, and that can cause feuds. And one of the main things, when you get to a certain age as a parent, this is what I found through my experiences anyway. If I meet somebody my age that doesn't have children, at some point, the idea of them wanting to have kids can become a pressure on the relationship, right? And it's two different contexts. I've already got 3 kids, so I might be already content and already feel like, I don't want to have no more kids for now.
Yeah.
But I might be with somebody who feel like, well, I ain't got no kids and I want to have one now. And let me tell you where the pressure would come from. I know what it's taken already to be a father of 3 and raise them, right? And naturally, there will be shortcomings, through that process. Every parent feels like that. So in my head, if I'm going to have a child again, everything has to kind of be in place. So I'm not sort of redoing it the way I've done it before. If I'm with someone that doesn't have children, they may not necessarily understand that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So but it doesn't mean you can't be with someone that doesn't have kids, or you should only be with someone that have kids. I just feel like sometimes having a joint understanding could be easier for you guys to build.
Discussed it right at the beginning.
Yeah,
that's it.
Moving forward. But it is very tricky, and I think it all depends on the person.
Yeah.
And how they are mentally, because maturely wise as well.
And also, don't forget, it also depends on the gender, and I'll say why. Because you are quite like, I don't date women with children. Yeah.
No,
and I can understand.
I will. I just won't be.
Don't take them
said
seriously.
you wouldn't.
Okay, he wouldn't take them seriously.
I get where he's coming
Let me
from
give you a
with that.
caveat. No, let me explain.
Now,
because
for you.
No, because I want.
Why are
Because
you
you can't.
cutting me?
No, because.
But this is what you say. He says he will date baby mothers, but he won't take them seriously.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go.
Whereas for me, as a woman, the idea of a man having children doesn't stun me as much. Not only that, because I guess maybe I work with children, the idea of somebody coming already with children doesn't intimidate me. And, having someone else there in the picture, I mean, obviously that really is what it comes down to, is like your relationship with said person. Because if your relationship is respectful and structured with your co-parent, then you're calm. I can trust that. I don't mind. I don't think it's a horrible thing. Sometimes even for me to be able to see that a man has already been a father allows me to kind of see a bit into him that soothes my fears of like, who is this man to my children one day in the future?
I want to hear his reasoning, because I have a feeling I kind of know exactly what he means.
No, like.
Why wouldn't you take like someone that's got a child?
Okay.
Serious.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Let's be honest.
No. So one. Okay. She stopped me because I was actually gonna say I could date a single. I've said caveats, but I've said this before. I was like, if the child is young, no, I can't date if the child is too young. I can't.
No,
date.
that's a bit
before I
fresh.
thought I could, but I can't. So if the husband,
Why?
because
It's complications,
too young.
isn't it?
Basically, and if let's say she had a child younger, the woman is older, she had a child younger, and let's say, I don't know, she's gonna go to uni or something in a couple of years, whatever. Yeah, I could deal with that because that's not my kid. He knows that I'm not his dad. He's gonna go out the house, and then me and his mom are gonna have our own life, and then I can maybe give her a kid. That one there, we can start to work out. Maybe she had a child younger, whatever. Her partner.
But she'll be quite old by then.
Her partner's dead. I don't know. Like, do you get me? Like,
So that also will have something to do with it, because imagine if the girl is already like having a kid to be 18, she'll be at least 36.
yeah, but I'm saying, but she could. There's some fine 36-year-olds out there.
But then what about having children again? Do you want to have children?
I do, but I'm trying to work with you, and you're finding flaws in my plan.
I know.
I'm trying to work with you. You're finding flaws in my plan.
Sorry.
So anyway, is it anyone's business?
To be a
If you does it matter? Is it anyone's business?
You know what it does? It's not straightforward. Though.
Why? Tell me.
It's not. You see, when you have children, like it's.
Does it matter who you date?
The dating situation changes.
Yeah.
How?
That's all.
Explain.
It's not just, I like this girl. This girl looks good. Like you got to be able to look beyond that.
Yeah.
It depends how active you are in your children's lives. I'm very active in my children's life, so I can't just meet someone and go off aesthetics.
Yeah. Because
I've got to look into the person. Like
Yeah.
I've got to really take it. Whereas if I never had no children, it could be
anyone you can entertain.
Yeah, but I can't just.
So what kind of some of the things that you now look for in women that perhaps you wouldn't look for if you were just you didn't have children?
Okay, I'm gonna give you an honest answer.
We like honesty.
Honestly, I think I'm at the stage of my life where I'm not looking for nothing in a woman because I'm content with just sort of being with me and my children for the time being, right? In the sense of that. So I'm surrendering that idea of, you know, looking for someone or meeting someone. I'm letting it come to me if that's what it's supposed to be for.
Okay, I like that.
I have a prayer that I make and I say, if I ask God and I say, if something's not for me, let it not cross my path. And if it's for me, bring it to me. So accepting I'm not in control. But me, I'm content in the point of, and it makes me a bit cold, which obviously is not necessarily a good place to be, that I'm already happy and content in life with just me and my children.
You got power. I bet girls must hate that. They must be thinking,
That's
I need to get in his
No, but that's a lot of power.
This guy says no.
When you have someone that's comfortable,
I like that.
within, like, it becomes like, okay, what you really bringing me? Like, do you get me?
Yeah, I don't feel like nothing's missing.
Yeah,
because
you've got it all.
I'm already content. So I allow God to make it manifest. I'm not looking. I'm not trying to find it because I've already got it. That's how I feel. If that makes any sense.
Raquel, the same for you. Is it anyone's business? Like, if you date someone that hasn't got kids, or if someone dates you?
I don't think it's anyone's business, but I do. It's harder for me to, if I meet a man and he doesn't have any kids and he wants to have kids, to me is a big impact as a.
What? What's the impact? You said you got 5 kids, so... Because
I've got 5 kids. My pregnancies were all risk pregnancies. I have health problems if I get pregnant again. And I've had cosmetic surgery, so...
What cosmetic surgery you had?
I had a mummy makeover.
What's a mummy makeover?
Oh, gosh. It's after you have children, so I've done a tummy tuck and BBL and breasts.
I mean...
You couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell. Wait. You had a beef. You had the breast, the tummy tuck, and the BBL.
What's wrong with you?
Anyway, so going back to the topic.
I mean, whenever. So wait, whoa! You're not gonna tell me I just had a tummy tuck, a BBL, a mummy mug, and you're gonna be like, this is the topic right now because you're single. So okay.
Would you have done that if you were in a relationship with your partner? Did you do it whilst you were single or whilst in a relationship?
No. I've done the surgery while I was in a relationship.
Okay, and was he kind of scared for it in terms of obviously the risks involved and stuff like that? What was that like?
Was I scared of it?
Him. Because obviously, you're going through it. You know what
he was
you want.
a little bit, yeah, but...
And was it like friction, or was it easy to kind of have that conversation? Say, do you know what? There are risks. We have all these kids, but I'm still going to go for it. What was he like?
Because he knows how it was affecting me mentally, my body before.
So he supported you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool then.
Vic, why do you think single parenthood is so vast? It's such a big thing. So many,
That's true. Why is it happening so much?
I know. I'll tell you why. Just me personally, it comes down to the society, innit? Me personally, when I look at everything, it's society, and we need to bring back shame. We need to start shaming people again.
I'll tell you something.
This whole thing of snowflake and not calling out people has destroyed we need to bring back shame. But that's just my point of view, bro.
I think you're right. I think society has a role to play in it because the times have changed a lot. I also think there's an element of there's a disadvantage of lack of due diligence. I always say, I try to tell my son now, it's like, if you're gonna say for example, most people in my generation, we just had children young. There wasn't a conscious decision of, okay, cool, I'm ready to have children. What type of woman am I trying to have a child with? Is this person gonna be a good mother? We just freestyled it.
Do you think is that you say that for men, or do you think that's for women as well?
I think that's for women as well.
For everybody.
So I think when you freestyle a situation because remember, when you're raising another human being, it's not an easy feat, right? This is why it makes us reflect on our parents and and where we are in life. And sometimes you have to go back to your mom and say, you know what, sorry,
you tried.
You know what, big you up because I didn't get it, but now I do. It's not an easy feat. So I think these decisions shouldn't be freestyle. They shouldn't be unconsciously. Oh my gosh, I'm just pregnant. I'm having children.
Yeah.
I believe that if you had the opportunity to make an informed decision about parenthood, it would be more of a wholesome situation.
Yes.
So now what we're left with is this idea that because there's such a vast amount of sort of broken families and broken homes, and respectfully, the children can still thrive, and even with the disadvantages.
Yeah.
It gives off this impression that, I can be a single mom too. I can be a single dad too.
Yeah, and it devalues the whole idea.
It devalues the whole idea of it. And then that takes you out of the scope of marriage and other things.
Do you think enough people are being truly honest about what it takes to be a single?
Nope. I think people are not being honest because she can definitely speak on it. People are not being honest of what like parenthood. It's not like everyone wants to look like, I've got it, like, it's under control, or this is that.
Especially mothers, they do that a lot.
Explain.
They
Yeah, what's it like for you?
They'll
as a
do that a
mother?
lot.
Let me
I don't
know
need
for
the
you.
father, and I can raise my child, and I don't want him around. And they're just talking emotionally because they're mixing the relationship broke up with the relationship of the father with the child. And what I see a lot is mothers saying,
Fat push-ups.
his mother saying, no, I'm not going to allow the dad with my child. But it's just because they broke up, just because he cheated, or just because he done something wrong to her. They can't separate the things. And then
Are
they
these
act
things you're seeing on
outside.
social media, or is this things that women have personally said to you?
Both.
Okay.
Both. And it's a very like, I'm going to act strong in front of him, and I'm going to show it to him that he has to beg me to see the child because I don't need his help. And then in the end, they're coming and crying, I'm exhausted, I can't take
wanna
this
ask
anymore.
you.
Power.
Money, what's it like? Because obviously this is quick maths, isn't it? You're two together as one, you got double the stuff. The moment you break up, everything's almost like not cut in half, but whatever you got, you're gonna have to fend for yourself, and it's just a massive separation. What was that like? So I'm gonna start with you, and then I'm gonna go to you, because you have to be probably the biggest spender, but
It
then you have
depends on
to
the type of
hustle
relationship
more.
that you have with the father. So for me, I can't say that it has affected me financially to the worse because we do 50-50.
Okay.
So my children will spend 50% of the time with the father and then another 50% of the time with me. If there's any sudden expense that comes to the child in terms of medically or clothes or anything they need that is extra, we go 50-50. So
Okay. So, but then obviously before you were paying bills with your partner, now having to pay bills fully on your own, has it been?
of course
it's been tough.
Yeah.
Do you
It has
actually feel it?
impacted, but that's where I'm grinding it more.
Okay.
So the kids stay with you. So I want to talk about breakups. How do you choose who's the most suitable parent?
Oh wait, hold on. Before we get there, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
time.
I wanted to just ask,
Wait,
what's
hold
it
on.
like for the boys? What's it like as a father when you go through that breakup and now you're gonna have to do either 50-50 or however the arrangement is? What was that like for your pocket?
I think if you're someone that's as from the male perspective, society is kind of like prescribed that the male has to be more financially responsible. But I don't think that's the first thing that comes to you. I think the idea is having other people around your children. The financial side is like, oh yeah, you have to. It has to happen. And I think the first thing as a man you deal with is, another man around my kids. That's a lot to wrap your head around.
So your pocket isn't really that's more, the financial burden is more on the woman, perhaps because she now has to probably, control more things, especially being the primary
Yeah, I
carer.
think like what Raquel was saying, like the 50-50 concept does work, but I think when you have children, it's not 50-50 exact, because there are things that you might just do for your children because you just want to do it.
Just do it.
And
Yeah.
that doesn't,
You don't count.
It doesn't count to, so you don't like measure everything like, no, like this has to be this and that. So sometimes you just do what you do. And then the mom, same thing. She might just do what she does.
Yeah, when it's your time,
Yeah.
you can take them out to the zoo. You're not going to go to the father. Here's the half ticket.
Do you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? For
like-
most men, though, I think for men that, because what normally happens is like, the man is sort of cohabiting with the woman, so living in the house. So for most men, it's having to deal with that whole like growing up, like getting your own place and being able to sort of like create a structure and, the safety around it so that, it can be, a good environment for the child. Because a lot of the time the mother does that naturally.
Yeah.
So I think for
Yeah.
men, that's the first challenge. That, okay, cool, like now I've got to work out a schedule for the laundry, for the this, for the this, for the that.
Yes.
You,
Oh,
if, you know what I'm saying? So you have to create that, because that's the first thing, because the child, you can't just put the child in a new environment without someone with those
structures.
elements in place.
Yes.
So with that being said, then, how do you guys decide? So who does the kids stay with? Is it with
Their mum, yeah.
and the kids stay with?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So
50-50 almost, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But predominant time. But you're the mother, right? So how did you decide that?
Yeah, who keeps the kids? Like, how do you know who's the best parent?
You don't decide that. The system did.
No, what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
The system did.
The system designed.
The mother has more rights.
No, what I'm saying. She has rights by the system. But if you said, I want to bring up the children, then would you have had that opportunity to do that?
The courts are not allowed.
No, I'm not saying about the courts. I'm saying about your relation. Because in scenarios like this, the children can get brought up by one or the other, right? Sometimes women, they advocate responsibility to the father for all types of reasons. In actual fact, children do better with the mother in early years, but from about 8 years old and upwards, they do much better better with the father. So I just always say, how do people like?
How do you pick? How do you know?
How do you pick?
But you said obviously the court is predispositioned to kind of favor the mother.
Yeah.
Which understandably so. Do you agree with that though? Do you think that that's something that should be in place?
No, I don't think it should be automatic, right?
Okay.
I think there should be a process, like you said, of a decision being made up. Okay, who gets to have the kids? But it
It's
doesn't
not that
happen. The father moves out,
yeah.
and then you speak to the mum about like arranging. Okay, what weekends you can have your child and holidays and blah 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 blah, and reach that time. 9 out of 10 time, the mother makes the rules.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you as a man have to find a way to accept that.
Listen, the courts systems are not played to the men. It always favors the women. And it's just one of the worst things for men is to be fighting court battles. I have friends that have done it. It costs lots of money, lots of stressful, and in the end of the day, you'll be fighting and spending money, and you're still not having access to your children. So the reason why I say it is because for the people that do have a good relationship and are they able to do 50-50, like 50-50? That's a good thing because
How did you get there?
Yeah, how did you get there?
Like 50-50? Because usually with breakups, the nature of a breakup is a negative
Because
thing.
I have a very different point of view, and this might disappoint a lot of people. But
Go
to
on.
me, it's
Well, be real.
Disappoint us. We enjoy it
When you say
sometimes.
disappoint, I think it's
especially women. Yeah.
Okay,
Because
there we go.
to me, it's like
Disappoint.
I am not in favor to what courts decide, and the mother has more rights than a father, and the mother should make up. To me, it's half. We both created this child. We both committed to this child. We both took our time. And now that we're separate, I get to carry most of the time, and you get weekends and half holidays.
Yeah.
No. And
Okay.
for the rest of the week and for the rest of the month, you don't have a child. You're living, going out and doing whatever, you're partying and spending money on trash while I am investing everything in our kids that we both created. No. So I'm very like, it's 50-50, even for mental health for the parents. For me
Yes.
to have my time to be a woman, to be Raquel, to have fun with my friends, to have time to invest in my business,
Yeah.
to be a CEO. I can be both. I can be a mother and I can be a CEO. And that's where society clashes a lot. And no, you're a mother. You decided to be a
I
mom.
don't think you can.
You decided to be a mother,
I don't
so
think
you have to.
being a mother goes exactly against what it is to be a CEO. So
I think you can do.
no,
both.
look at Rihanna. She stood down. Listen, because I'm being real. She stood down to be
Yes.
and she's a billionaire baby mama. She's still not.
But I still-
you know what? You know
Another
what?
5 press ups.
Wait, no, you know what? Actually, let me. I wanna explain the difference
But
between
I
us.
didn't finish this though.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Finish it.
Yeah,
and
finish
finish.
and then I know
Finish.
exactly
So
So
what
basically, what I'm trying to say is, I think the father and the mother should have the right of having half the time with their children, because they both need to grow. They both need to evolve how to be parents, and the children need to have that time with the father just like with the mother, because it is facts. They'll be raised better if you have 50-50 of the time, instead of every other weekend the father shows up for 2 days and then you don't have a father anymore. Or once in a week you can pick up the child from school and then you don't have a dad anymore. If it's 50-50,
Yeah,
the child
it
can
still
talk to
maintains
their
some
friends
normality.
and talk about things that they do with their father, with their mother. They have both of the experience. It's not,
true.
oh,
It's
it's my
fairer.
weekend now, I have a dad every now and then. It's like, no.
So what are you saying
Yes.
to women that 50-50 is the way to save your?
That's
If you
proper
have
co-parenting.
if he's not, I'm talking about like a
If it
good
goes
father.
well.
I'm not talking about an alcoholic or a drug addict, or I'm talking about fathers in general who have their head in place, and they have a job and they have stability and they can provide for their children 100%, 50-50.
Oh, I like that. That's responsible.
So I wanna. There's been a single
Yeah.
mamas, baby mamas.
5 press ups.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But tell us the difference.
So yeah,
in as many with as little BM words as possible. That's
So,
a challenge
yeah,
for you.
yeah,
Go
no,
on.
it's
What's
not-
the difference between the two?
I'm gonna fail immediately because I need to say the word baby
of
mama.
course, you're
today.
allowed. Go
So
on.
guys, there is a difference between a single mother and a baby mama, and I think sometimes people don't understand or it gets misconstrued. And women are going to argue against what I'm going to say. No, the baby mamas are going to do it. None of the wives are going to do that.
So, baby mama.
So
what
the
is that?
difference. So when a man marries you and he gets engaged to you and he gives you a ring, there's a public declaration. He makes an announcement in front of people. Usually when men buy a ring, 5,000-10,000, depending on what the ring's gonna cost, engagement ring. Okay, that's followed by a wedding. Typical weddings average around £20,000, and that's not even a baller wedding. That's just a standard wedding. Okay, and he pretty much makes a public declaration, so people
Proper
wanna know.
commitment.
Proper commitment, right? Cool. Then he marries you. There's a lot of thought process between that. We've spoken about man, them speaking to their boys about certain things. So when you say to your boys, look, I'm gonna marry this woman, essentially you're saying to everybody, this is my woman. So you do.
There's a public
there's a
display of
yeah?
commitment.
So now, if you get married and you get divorced, this makes you a single mother, okay?
Fine.
Yeah, this makes you a single mother. Now, if you're widowed, you get divorced, it makes you a single mother. To a man that meets you, something says to me there's a lot of difference between you and someone out who didn't get married or didn't get engaged. Okay, so now you're a baby mama. What's the difference in a baby mama? This come from a situationship, one night stand, boyfriend. Now people
A less committed kind of thing.
less committed now. People say no, it's still a single mother, but I said there has to be something that differentiates between the two.
Yes.
If you ask a woman that is married if she considers herself to be the same as a woman that had a child out of wedlock, she's not going to go and say that. So
Yes,
the
I hear
first time
that.
I never heard baby mama first. You know what I heard? Baby daddy, and he's just my baby daddy. That's what I heard first.
Yeah.
So before I ever heard the term baby mama, I heard he's just my baby daddy. And women use that to just be like, oh, he's nothing. But let me tell you something. If you lay down with a man, you have unprotected sex with him, you give him access to your body, and women's bodies change. Today I heard that your bumhole can fall out. That's crazy. But women's bodies change and then you do all of that only for him. No, I'm sorry. There needs to be some accountability. That's all I say. So there's a difference between a single mother and a baby mama. Some of you are single mother, some of you baby mamas. But guess what? We love you all. We love you all. That's all I'm saying.
Madman. Listen, you're crazy. Yo.
Sorry, I just divert.
How did he just drop that in there like it's a normal thing to say?
Hit him with that one,
But I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with another one because obviously we're talking about the parents and everything is about the parents. Let's make about the children. So I've got a 2-part question. Number one, what is the impact on the children of single parenthood in terms of what you've seen even from your children perhaps? And does it matter when it comes to age? Is the age important at all?
And should you stay for the kids?
And should we stay on behalf of the kids, like for the sake of the kids? So you say no for the sake of the kids, yes?
You are selfish. No
So
one wants
they
to stay
say
for the
no
kids.
for the sake of the kids. Now why? Because obviously we need to understand the true impact in real life of single parenthood, of this breaking of the home. What does it do to the kids? What's the impact?
I think
Depending on age as well,
children can feel things, right? So you as a parent might think you're pretending you're doing it good. It's just like all of us. When, if you're in a home where you had both of your parents there, when they wasn't getting along, you knew it. It didn't mean they sat you down and spoke to you about it.
True.
You can feel it, right? And that type of energy in a home is not conducive for the child, like, period. So you can think you're pretending, it doesn't work. So that's why, I don't think you should stay for the child, because what would happen is the child is looking at both of you to take their examples and sort of draw direction from. If you're not in tangent with your woman or your other half, how you guys react to each other is going to be so obvious. How you deal with each other is going to be obvious.
Yes, and you
Yeah, that's
mirror
what I was
that as
saying.
kids.
And you're setting bad examples automatically.
It will impact a lot how the
It will
children
impact a lot.
treat
You're not showing
someone else.
So especially when you have a boy and a girl. So I think age does matter. I think when my children were younger, it was more like, okay, cool, maybe the idea of mum and dad together was a thing.
Yeah.
But as they've got older, if me and their mum even seem like we're getting along too much, they just get anxiety. Like, no,
No, don't come back.
no.
We got it nice.
Because
okay, I see
like
that.
they told me, like, we get the best version of you
Okay.
when you're separated.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
get the
yeah,
best
yeah,
version
yeah,
of
yeah.
her when you're separated. The moment you lot even
I
seem
had
like
the
you're
same
getting
for
along.
my oldest.
Like,
the
no.
same thing.
No, don't just
Yeah.
it
So
ma-
you're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 2 oldest said it right away. You're so much happier now, and you're more like confident and positive, and give such better vibes at home with us instead of arguments. It's not healthy. It can impact though, because I'll speak for myself. My father left. I was 6 months. So, and then I didn't have a relationship with him for years. And then I went on holidays to America to see him just for the summer. But we never had a daughter and father relationship, to be honest. And it did impact me a lot, my growing and how to deal with men and bad experiences that I had from before. And I know that if I had a father figure there, maybe I wouldn't have chosen certain things and I wouldn't have fallen into certain mistakes like I did.
Yeah.
So definitely impacts.
So guys, if we can just say to people that are out there dating single parents, just what should they look out for in a partner? Just like some clear
How
things.
do you pick
Yeah,
the right step?
Just what should we be looking out for
father
step
and
father?
step baby mama.
Yeah.
5%.
Step baby
How
father.
do you pick the right one?
No, not even how
Yes.
you pick qualities that people should look for. Just
Yeah. What would make a
The
good
thing is,
points.
I would have to look to that man as a man first. I will not involve my children in my next partner until a long period, until like I know him in and out and he knows me in and out. And I know that can be negative, but to me it's like I'm not gonna get my children involved emotionally to then this man and then suddenly he disappears. So
Yes.
it's gonna take me a long while to get my man involved in my children. Not anytime soon.
You as well?
I'm not trying to get no woman involved with my children.
No, just other people.
Keep it separate, isn't it? I like that. To be fair, it's true.
I mean, I don't even have the answer. I think it's a very complex situation.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to start with the person as a human being. Like, what type of a person are you? And like Raquel said, it could take you a long time to find out who that person actually is. Yeah. And I think sometimes when you're dealing with like sort of like single parenthood, and you've kind of got to a point where like the dynamic is functional. You know the amount of energy and work is took to go into that. So naturally, bringing anyone into that can disrupt that.
But then it can also, it depends a lot on what type of relationship you have. For example, for me, I have time to be with the men because I have 50-50 with the father of my children. Some women, they can't do that. As much as they want to separate the children from the partner they meet or the person they meet, it's going to be hard because they have the kids 24/7.
Can I say something that is interesting? And this is one of the things that made me really respect and rate my mom as a woman, because my dad passed away when I was 12. That means that she was open to the market, I guess. Yeah. And she had 4 daughters, 4 children in a country that she did not know, right? And she made a very conscious choice of not getting into a relationship at all, because for her, it was more important to kind of show a level of independence that is respectful to my father, especially his memory to us. And also for the fact is like, how is she going to bring another man into the home where it's only girls and women? So she preferred to kind of like make that decision. I think it was the right decision, actually.
Maybe for moms to spend more time with their children, try to have a partner when they're in nursery or
guys,
school.
as part of the show, we always do a section on accountability. In being a single parent, can we just have some accountability in something that you've done in the relationship?
That I have done?
Yeah. Where did you go wrong? What could you have done better when it comes to your parenthood and your choice being a single mother?
I think it's not a choice, though. I don't think it's a choice.
Did you leave your partner?
Yeah.
Then there's a choice you made.
But I don't. Okay, I'm not saying.
Okay, so maybe what did you do wrong that also helped the situation become a little bit worse?
Lack of communication and lack of thinking about my partner as well. Okay. I think you get to a point in the relationship that I've got too laid back, and he got too laid back, and we forgot.
Oh, that's not accountability. You're putting on him again.
Yeah, okay. But you got laid back.
That's accountability.
And forgot to flourish the relationship and have the whole romantic times that I think that I should insisted more. I insisted, but maybe I should insist more.
Okay, fair. What about you? Where's your accountability? You got 1 baby mother or 2?
1.
Okay, this is good. At least, this isn't like what they say about African men, so this is nice, a good example, be responsible. And that's sweet. 3 with 1 woman, that's fantastic. Well done. No, I mean it well for real. Because you know what? There's a lot of people that don't even make me
look bad. Listen. Trying to make me look bad.
No.
Stop cooking him. Hey, drop us some accountability,
in the community, it's hard to find a man that he has not more than, has just 1
that
baby
that he knows so far,
you made it to 3. Come on, that's really good. Man, them will be switching
them
like it's pants.
In your relationship with your mother of your children.
Accountability. I think I didn't make a conscious decision to sort of like walk away at an earlier point to kind of avoid prolonged toxicity. I allowed myself to remain in a toxic place to the point where it had ripple effect on my children. Things that I would say were irreparable.
Yeah, I could say that too.
Just witnessing the feud between me and their mum, and I think it did cause some damage. I would say, especially to my older daughter. And it's affected our relationship. Obviously, when we've rebuilt our relationship, and she's a grown adult now, but I always look back at that and just wish, like, damn, like I wish
you've done different.
Could have done it sooner.
I wish I could. I just kind of made like a. Like, I wish I was a man about it earlier, and I wasn't being a boy for as long as I was. Yeah.
Cool. Obviously, we are not parents, but I think let's talk about how we can take accountability for the fact that we are not parents yet.
Oh yeah, okay, yes, I like that. yes. I'm taking
because I get cussed all the time for the fact that I'm 30 and I have no children.
Listen,
so I have to take accountability.
You're still 30 though.
Can I tell you something? Yeah,
you're still young.
I wanna give
now
Chyna. I wanna give you respect. I wanna give you respect for not trapping men. I want to give you respect for not picking badly and then trying to blame other people for it. Because I've exercised sexual discipline. I haven't gone and created any broken homes. So I have accountability for the relationships and the women I've been with. And the reason I haven't done it is because I have a lot of friends that have done it. And one of the things all of my friends have said to me, Chy, it doesn't matter, just wait and find the right person. Because all my friends that have done it, the one thing they say to me is, you have nothing to rush up to. So I'm saying to you, so it's different. So yeah, so my accountability is that, like I'm quite aware of if I go outside and create a home, what it can in turn. So yeah, that's just,
No, hold on. I think you're trying to that's the PC version. The kind of accountability I'm looking for is why haven't you been serious enough to get serious with a woman enough to want to do that? Tell me that part.
Okay, the accountability you're looking for.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave you hanging.
I'll be. You know what? I'll be real with you. I think in the last 5 years, I've dated really for marriage.
Fun.
No, but then. And it's within this space, within this time that I've realized that, okay, cool, what I really want. And I used to pick badly.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay,
There we go.
long story short.
There we go.
My accountability for this one is, again, it's going to come down to picking badly because I picked the wrong person and he robbed me of 5 years where I could have been having children.
But
All I wanted was to be a mother since I was so young. I wanted 3 boys. So that's my accountability.
I love that. So guys, man, thank you very, very much to my
you.
guests. I want to be big thank you to my guy Vic Santoro over there. Yo, let me spud you over there. And a lovely thank you to our guest, the BBL Mama. So I'm saying to you, and of course my lovely co-host, Mr. Dinalva. And my name is Chyna. I'm the man's voice. This has been another sick episode. Please, guys, like, comment, subscribe to our channel. If the first time you're checking it out, go tell a friend, to tell a friend, and we are out.
Yay.
I hope this episode has got you thinking about exploring life differently.
Be sure to come back next time,
where we're going to discuss more pressing topics in our society today. Are you ready to come back and get schooled again?
Whoa.
Come on, don't leave me hanging. Bye.